This week, we will learn about birds. We will learn about specific birds this week. Bird eggs are similar to reptile eggs because the eggs are laid and the babies develop inside of the egg. The inside must provide for the embryo and the shell must protect it. The white of the egg is called the albumin and it protects the embryo. The yolk is the food source for the embryo while in the egg. Eggs that we get from the store do not have an embryo inside them. Eagle parents take turns caring for the eggs. They will sit on the egg to keep the babies warm inside. Like yolk is a good food source for us, it is a better food source for the developing bird in the egg. The yolk gives the baby bird the nutrients and proteins they need to grow strong. Precocial chicks are pretty independent. Most birds that make their nest on the ground have precocial young. The young have to escape predators right after hatching. Ducks build nests in bushes, and when the young hatch, they need to follow their mama to find water. The mama duck has to teach them how to hunt and find water, but does not feed them like parent birds feed, like parent eagles feed their young. Atricial young are fully dependent on their parents. Eagles totally care for their young for 10 to 12 weeks. Once they start flying, the parents will spend 1 to 2 months teaching them how to hunt. This is a picture we are pretty familiar with when the parent bird comes and feeds the young food. The mama bird regurgitates or throws up food to feed the young. Many birds find one partner for life. So birds display many behaviors to attract the best life partner. Male birds will display their strength, beauty, and caretaking abilities to attract a female. Courtship is like dating for birds. The male bird will show the female their feathers, dance, or sing to attract the best female. We think that some of these displays are funny, but they are needed for the birds to find their life partner. Male and female birds build nests to attract a mate, depending on the species. There are male penguins that build nests to attract their mate, while female songbirds make their nests to show the males that they have a home for the young. Migration is important for birds to find food, escape low temperatures, and find their partner. Eagles have two nests they migrate back and forth to during the year. These eagles will add to their nests their entire lives. Because birds, like eagles, have two nests, they need to remember where they are. They will use clues like trees, cliffs, river, and other natural features to help them to find their nest. There are 27 orders of birds. All birds fall into these 27 orders. Some orders have only one species, while other orders have multiple species because they share the same traits. Loons are swimming and diving birds that migrate alone. Pelicans do not store food in their beaks and they eat anything that they can swallow whole. Loons, herons are water birds that build nests in tall trees to protect eggs from predators. Geese are among the heaviest birds, but are mostly herbivores. Ducks, geese, and swans have webbed feet for swimming and flattened bills. Young are precocial, but need some parental care. Herons have long legs for wading and sharp pointed beaks for piercing fish and frogs. Falcons, eagles, hawks, and vultures are all birds of prey. These are very large, powerful birds. Turkeys are a very large bird, but they do not use their size to capture prey. Hawks, eagles, and vultures have hooked beaks and talons and keen vision for seeing prey. Turkeys, quails, and chicken have pulp bodies with limited flying and a large gizzard that grinds grain. Cranes are large birds that live in the water. You might have seen one before. Pigeons live in large cities. They build nests in secret places to hide and protect their young. Pigeons and doves have small heads and beaks, a crop that makes pigeon milk for feeding young. They have a short incubation period of only 2 weeks. Parrots, parakeets, and macaws are common birds, and a lot of people have them as pets. These birds are beautiful and can mimic sounds they hear or talk. Parrots, parakeets, and macaws have a strong hooked beak for seed opening and 2 forward and 2 rear-facing toes for perching and climbing. I think we learned a lot about owls from the owl video. Nighthawks, however, are nocturnal and often mistaken as bats. Owls have sharp, hooked beaks and talons for eating meat, keen hearing and eyesight, and forward-facing eyes, or binocular vision. Hummingbirds are rather impressive because they can hover and fly backwards, which makes them unique. If you have a hummingbird feeder, the red dye is not needed for them to find the nectar. You probably have heard woodpeckers in trees, but they are small and hard to spot. Hummingbirds are small, fast-flying birds with tiny feet and long tongues for drinking nectar, found only in the Western Hemisphere. Hummingbirds also are one of the fastest heartbeats of any bird. They get their name from the humming sound that their wings make while they fly. Woodpeckers and toucans have rear-facing toes for dwelling in tree cavities and sharp chisel-like beaks for drilling into trees. A woodpecker is able to peck 20 times a second. Only male cardinals and blue jays have colored feathers. The females have brown feathers to help them hide in their nests. Roadrunners stand 2 feet tall and can run 20 miles an hour. Blue jays and cardinals have enlarged rear-facing toes to grip branches. Males have a vocal box to sing and a variety of beak shapes to feed on seeds, nectar, fruit, and insects. They are known as perching birds. Both penguins and ostrich are flightless birds. Penguins live in cold and warm climates. Swimming is the movement method while hunting. An ostrich, however, is a land animal that uses running and walking to move and find food. Penguins have wings modified into flippers, an extra layer of body fat for insulation, and webbed feet for swimming. The smallest penguin is the little blue penguin, weighing only 3 pounds. An ostrich is the largest bird that cannot fly, but they have long legs with 2 toes adapted for fast running. Wild ostrich live in the savanna of Africa. Penguins do not fly, but they use their wings to balance while walking and swimming. Ducks' webbed feet allow them to paddle through the water. Birds of prey's feet are called talons that they use to catch prey. Birds use different types of movement to find food, attract a mate, and migrate. Most birds use flight as their primary mode of movement. However, not all birds have the ability to fly, so they need to swim or move by other means. You have probably seen birds flying. When birds are moving their wings up and down, this is called flapping. Flapping is important to a lot of birds to maintain lift while in flight. Soaring is a special gliding that birds use. Birds use terminal air currents to maintain movement without the use of their wings. This does not use as much energy as flapping does. Gliding takes no work for the bird. Birds of prey use gliding to find prey, so they will not use their energy. If they have used all their energy hunting, they would only be replacing that lost energy and not get more. So they would have to hunt all day and eat all day in order to survive. Diving is important for birds of prey. Diving allows these birds to plunge into the water and catch fish, frogs, turtles, and even water birds like seagulls. You may recall the peregrine falcon from the owl video. Tobogganing is an important movement for penguins on ice. Penguins' legs are not designed to walk quickly, so by tobogganing, penguins are able to move over the ice with speed and efficiency. Hopping is essential for songbirds. Robins are a type of songbird. Songbirds are small birds that usually are very vocal. You might see these small birds hopping on the ground, especially where gravel is present, looking for rocks and bugs to eat. Roadrunners, ostrich, and emu all use running as their means of movement. These flightless birds must use running to escape predators and locate food sources.